bitch. 10, 10, 10, 20s on your titty, bitch. 100 deep, VIP, no guest list. TT Raw, you don't know who you fucking with? Got my other bitch, fucking with my other bitch. Fucking all night, we ain't celibate. Say I'm too dope, I ain't selling it. Bar fresh than the motherfucking peppermint. The gold letterman's last king killing shit. Young money, yeah, we getting rich. Got your grandma on my dick. Yeah, city bitch.
Friends, haters, cultivators.
What the fuck is that?
Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the only lesbian-hosted podcast about magic investigation. I'm your fat dog, Roy.
And I am Fallon, aka first name Hellfog, last name Baby Chain. That's one for the bracket.
Hellfog Baby Chain.
Hellfog Baby Chain, baby.
Check out my name of the year bracket. It's going on. Everybody who listens to this podcast has already seen it.
That's absolutely true. And if you perchance have not seen her name of the year bracket podcast, please get on it.
Get on that shit.
It's so good.
We're down to the final two.
And it's also got notable good boys, Brooks and Eddie, on the track.
The track.
You know what the
former guests of the show, cultivation partners, Brooks and Eddie.
Former guests of the show,
friends of the show,
who were offered, I think it was ice cream by Wei Wuxian, and he asked, "Do you like it?" And they said yes.
Yeah. Go back and listen to the episode.
Really, really good.
This is a Brooks and Eddie podcast.
It is. It's a fan cast now.
Yeah. I don't know if there was any news to speak of. I saw, like, a thing about, like, I guess there's, like, some kind of advertising for, like, the anniversary of the, Imperial Examinations Museum that, like, Wei Ying is advertising in Donghua form.
God, that is like 7 degrees of fucking separation from anything of relevance to Modao Zushi. That's incredible.
It's just like some pictures of him like studying and being like, hey, this happened in history.
Wow, look at this.
Hey, come appreciate this history. But the thing of it is that this is part 2 of the previous episode. So actually a week hasn't happened. We're just squishing all of this together. Today
we recorded in one session. The reason my voice sounds better is because I chugged an entire bear full of honey, and actually that does the trick. I'm very ill now.
An entire bear full of honey. I love it.
That's a valid unit of measurement for honey. It's just one bear.
It's my favorite, actually. I wish I could measure everything in bears.
You're going to need a bear head of honey for this recipe. You're going to need one bear arm of honey.
I need you to go to the store and pick me up a bear of trail mix. I need you to get me a bear full of fresh served almond butter.
Oh yeah, just squirt it into the bear container.
Squirt that shit into my bear, boy.
I will fucking annihilate
I deserve it.
Oh God. No, catch me saving all of my empty honey bears and just using them as containers for my soup.
Bro, please. For
my soup and for my plants.
For everything, to me.
I grow some bamboo and a bear.
I'm going to use them as friends.
Call it the Tao of Poo. Thank you. Good night.
You're welcome. Podcast is over.
Good night.
Fucking, what is this? We're doing chapter 34, Grasses Part 2.
Yep, Grasses or Asses, Part 2.
This fucking chapter, I don't know why this chapter took me 2 months to get through.
It was surprisingly easy for me, weirdly.
It was, a lot of stuff happened. And we will, I think it's time for us to get into it.
Yeah, I think you should bust into that summary.
I'm gonna go into my big, huge summary, my very large summary.
Absolutely.
Chapter 34. So we pick up where we left off. Wei Wuxian has the boys get real close so everyone can be safe. Sishui tells him that, tells him about how this bamboo knocking noise has been following them ever since they tried to get, like, a decent look at this teeny little shadow that ran off, and he says that they've been here for about 15 minutes, which fucked up if true, because Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji have been here for half an hour, so it shouldn't be possible that the boys were in front of them.
It is a little funky.
It's weird. But Jinliang says they've just been walking straight ahead. Wei Wuxian does detective brain, as he does a lot in this chapter, and is like, well, somebody probably did maze magic then. which he basically confirms when Sishui says that he flew up on his sword. And long story short, the fog isn't natural. Jin Liang starts complaining that he should have brought Fairy, which sets off a boys' spat about Fairy having bitten Lil Apple, and Jin Liang and Jingyi argue, and I like it.
Fat-shaming of a dog.
He fat-shames a dog! It's sad!
The fat-shaming of a dog. Of all of the animals that it's completely wrong to fat-shame, I mean, the answer is all of them. It's wrong to fat-shame any animal, including human animals. I think dogs are among probably the top 3 that fat-shaming is just absolutely despicable. I think fat-shaming a dog is despicable. I think fat-shaming a bear is absolutely unforgivable.
We're going into this, aren't we?
They need it.
They do need it.
They need it.
The fat-shaming of Fairy by the coward Jingyi. So they get cut off by a footsteps noise.
Also, the third fat-shaming that I don't like is fat-shaming tigers and big cats, because I think it's funny when they're chubby.
Tyga. But yeah, they get cut off by a footsteps noise, and then there's a stank, and you know what that means? It's zombs.
It's zombie time.
Wei Wuxian tries to whistle them away necromance fully, but instead they make a beeline towards everybody, which shouldn't happen, because he knows he got that note right. Mm-hmm. Lan Wangji saves him with Bichen because he stays saving him with Bichen, and both of them are like, why? Wei Wuxian does brain math again, and he realizes that the only other time a zombie didn't obey his command was when the zombie was already under the control of the Stygian Tyga amulet. Speaking of Tygies.
Wow.
So the Kill Bill sirens start going off for him. The boys start asking if they should try to leave, but the fog is entirely too damn thick, so that ain't gonna happen.
Thicker than most.
Thicker than most. One of the boys says he hears breathing, which shouldn't be happening since zombies are, as we know, dead. But Lan Wangji beheads one, and there's a splash, and Jingyi says, "Yuckaroo! I got its mummy dust on me." So Wei Wuxian tries to get him to come over to him so he can check him out, but he realizes that, like, whoever's standing next to him with a blue sword glare isn't Lan Wangji. I think what happened he, like, calls Lan Wangji over to do something for him, and then he realizes...
because he thought that Lan Wangji was standing right next to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So he calls out for Lan Wangji to do it because he sees this shadow next to him, and then he sees the sword glare from, like, several steps away, and he's like, who the fuck is next to me then?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But, basically, he's mistaken, and there's some rando with a shadow censoring his face right next to him, and Mystery Shadow Face Man tries to steal Wei Wuxian's Qiankun pouch, which has their zombie friend pieces in it.
And he's like, gotcha.
Yeah, but he accidentally cuts open Wei Wuxian's other magic pouch, which brain genius 5th dimensional chess master Wei Ying put there on purpose because he figured this would happen. He knew it. Thing is, Shadow Guy happens to be a pretty powerful cultivator, so he fights off the spirits that come flying out of the decoy pouch pretty easily. Wei Wuxian calls out for Lan Wangji, and Lan Wangji and Shadow Man do swords, so Wei Wuxian can find his way over to the boys. And he makes sure all the boys are, like, accounted for, and he looks Jingyi over and diagnoses him with corpse poisoning.
Congratulations.
He says congratulations. We'll get to that.
It's very good.
And they'll be fine for a while, but they do gotta get that cure, or else they're definitely going to turn into zombies. So Wei Ying is like, all right, everybody buddy up, piggyback your homie, we gotta get into one of these buildings. So they need to find a building with somebody in it. And eventually they find a shop that's occupied, and they go back and forth with the proprietor a little bit, but they get let in, and the manager is this lady who looks middle-aged, elderly. It's
She's
weird.
Really creepy. She's really creepy.
I don't know, but they go in, and it's pitch dark inside, and Wei Wuxian is like, it's pitch dark in here, and the manager tells them, well, hit the lights if that's your business. And they do, and there's a shitload of people crammed in here staring at him unblinkingly cliffhanger. And that's the chapter.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's it. That's what we get.
So Wei Wuxian is in full mom mode this chapter. He's the world's biggest brained mother.
And everybody else really, they have assumed the role of ducklings.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Do you have, because I don't know if it's like right in the beginning. No, I think it's a little bit later on, but there's this bit about how basically all of these boys, like a dozen boys, are just like looking for any kind of guidance, and they see they see this guy who was like
He's got charisma.
He's got charisma. He's older enough than them.
Yes.
He seems to know he seems confident in what he's talking about, and they're just like, sure, tell us what to do. And Wei Ying says, boys are my sons constantly. And
princes carry each other. Let's get on with it.
He decides to just adopt 12 boys.
Tell each other your hopes and dreams.
Yep.
What are your favorite foods? I can't cook them, but I'll get somebody else to.
But yeah, he starts this chapter out and he's like, boys, now come here. And they all huddle up, because as we find out, time is a lie.
Yeah. He gathers the ducklings to keep them from squabbling. Mm-hmm. And then they hear that old
they hear that
little tapping.
Mm-hmm.
A little tapping.
Little tippity tap.
And of course, oh well, I thought it was Jin Liang that said this, but it was one of the other disciples, I guess.
Yeah.
Just everybody's being very good, characteristically annoyed teenage boys.
Yeah,
in this
there's like 10 boys in this group who don't matter and don't get names.
Oh, not at all. I sometimes forgot that they were even in the chapter at all.
They don't need to be there.
I mean, it's just a little fluff, little
It's
filler.
just boys club. It's just
boys.
It's just Boy Scouts.
It's just Boy Scouts, and they find out. Wei Wuxian finds out that this town has been following them for a long time. They figure out that the perpetrator is very short, very small.
Yeah, very small.
Or they're little, like pocket size.
Little.
And Wei Wuxian's like, how long you guys been here for? Lan Xishui's like, like 15 minutes? And Wei Wuxian's like, the fuck you have?
He says, bullshit.
I'm sorry.
He's like, look, now I know you're the goodest boy. I know you're my son. But
That's
here's
some
the
bullshit.
thing.
You gotta be high, because that time dilation is not right.
You're sniffing the air in here is what's going on.
That's right.
They're in the fucked up radio tower SCP, which is precisely my shit. Like, I just love when, like... This is just me having, like, a lizard brain, like, wow, cool Escher painting, but I love it when, like, time and geography shit doesn't match up. I think it's really cool.
Oh, yeah, this would be like a nightmare experience for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This whole chapter is just a complete nightmare experience.
Yeah, it's fucking...
we touched briefly on why it would be a nightmare experience for me earlier, but, like, wow, oh, God, just, I don't know, we'll talk about it a little later when it gets more intense, but good lord. This is just, these conditions are not ideal.
No, I don't like it. No, it's confusable. So
Wei Wuxian's like, all right, the fuck you have, like, why would you be in front of us if you've been here for a shorter amount of time? And Jin Liang, it says he couldn't help but reply, we never turned around. We've always been walking forward, following this path. And, like, first of all, does this mean anything? Second of all, I feel like this child is trying to say, this is what happens when you spend all your time fucking around.
Jesus.
Like, trying to chastise this adult man. That was like
I'm keeping to my business, excuse you.
I'm sorry, I'm just like doing what I was put on this earth to do, which is like help people, okay? Like, I'm so sorry that like you can't handle that I'm achieving my dreams. Anyway,
they like trade whatever info they have, and basically Yi City is magically hotboxed.
Yeah, it's magically hotboxed. Wei Wuxian thinks it's like maybe a cool, like,
a maze array thing.
The Mandela maze, you know? One of those things. He says
it's some labyrinth shit.
It's some labyrinth shit. And it's like, yeah, they went up on their swords, couldn't see shit, and it's like making them feel all weird. I mean, it's definitely just like haunted.
It's haunted.
Haunted Kush fog.
It's haunted Kush fog.
Haunted Kush fog. And so they've been in this fog for
Kush
like well over 30
loud.
minutes. And Lan Jingyi's like, oh, is the fog poisonous? Like, brother.
That's what he gets from it.
Is that all you got from it?
Is this a poison?
Is this a poison? Like, you don't. That's just... I feel bad for this boy sometimes, because there's nothing knocking around up there but, like...
He's a sweet, precious boy with nothing in his head.
There's nothing knocking around up there but, like, a dust bunny.
It's a very cute dust bunny.
Yeah, some, like, Pokemon trading cards.
What more do you need?
And, like, a couple of those tech decks. That's all that's up there. But he's got a heart full of love.
Oh, yeah. You look in his brain, and it's just Charmeleon on a skateboard, and it rules.
Lisa Frank Charmeleon on
Yes.
the skateboard.
This boy had better inherit the sect. So
God, I hope so. I want sect leader Himbo so bad.
I want him to become 6'4" and just dumb as a rock.
It's my only dream.
It's the
She's
only thing I
completely
want.
oblivious.
Let him live up to his full potential.
It's like extremely magically talented, surprisingly charismatic, but just dumb as a fucking rock.
A fun boy.
As a brick.
Just a sweet, fun time having fun boy.
Dumb as mud. All right. Moving on. Wait, Sean's like, no, baby, no.
No.
Why don't you sit down, honey?
No, you're precious,
you're
but
clearly
no.
having a bit of a time here.
And it's
Lancia Shui's like, this ain't nothing but the norm.
this is how it be.
Juliana's like, damn, I wish I had my dog.
Yeah, this is where the arguing starts, and it's so good.
I wish I had my dog. It's your donkey's fault. Wait, Sean's like, how the fuck is it my donkey's fault? Damn, it bit Little Apple. All right? Oh.
Fuck that dog. Fuck your dog.
Oh, no, it was Lan Jingyi who said that. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jingyi, they know the tea. Wei Wuxian doesn't know the tea because him and Lan Wangji have been traveling.
Yeah, and
But
he just left his donkey there to be babysat by these boys.
he fucking left it there because he couldn't be asked riding it, apparently. And
They
then
don't even have a donkey license, and he gave him the keys.
No. It's rude. They don't even have the proper stables for that shit.
Right?
Donkeys have different needs from
They're,
horses.
they're rolling back the odometer on the donkey.
That's right. And so, anyway, so what happened while Lan Wangji and Wei were Sean?
We are Sean.
We were Sean.
Now I'm thinking about how his English name is Sean Xiao, and I'm losing my shit. Do you ever?
Wow. For a period of time there while The Untamed was coming out on Netflix, we all were Sean.
We are all Sean. We are Sean.
You're welcome.
We stay being Sean. Anyway, they're arguing.
I'd be Sean. They're arguing because he left his donkey there, and the donkey is just a nightmare.
The donkey's an
Is
asshole.
a hellion. The donkey is an asshole. It will never shut up. He doesn't ever shut up. I think actually it turned out it was a she at the end of it. Anyway, Little Apple just does not shut up. And so all of the elders were pissed. They were like, get this idiot, smelly beast. Oh, Jesus, okay, baby cat. She just like tore off, like cats do.
Yeah. She's
They were
doing
like,
some
all
little apple
right,
shit.
we need to get this fucking thing out of here. I can't deal with this. And the juniors were like, okay, well, so...
Like,
And what did they do? They didn't even like... He started on this story, Sishui did, and he
Yeah.
was trying to be nice about it, and he never got to finish.
he's so polite. Bless his
because
heart.
Jin Liang was like, nobody, because Wei Wuxian said, how dare you accuse Little Apple? He was Han Guangju gave him to me, okay?
Yeah.
So because
This is a special
Jin Liang-
donkey, excuse you.
Because
He smells great.
Jin Liang was name dropping.
Yeah, he name drops his little uncle.
People were shit talking Fairy, and he was like, "Hey, listen,
My baby uncle gave me that dog.
nothing bad can happen to it, all right? And because they're just so precious.
They're just so precious.
They're my precious little baby. They're my precious baby boy." And it's not my fault that it's so much cooler than your stupid donkey.
Your stupid ugly donkey with that stupid name.
I can't help that. And Wei Wuxian is like, oh my god, don't fucking what is wrong with me today? Name drop Lian Feng Zhu. Don't you name drop him?
And he calls him
You're gonna scare people off. That's not what's gonna happen.
Jillian calls him my youngest uncle I guess it's closer to little uncle, which makes me lose my shit. And it reminds me of this Jim Gaffigan bit where he's talking about and if your girlfriend's dad is really short, you shouldn't pick him up and who's the little baby daddy? Who's the little baby uncle?
Baby uncle.
Baby uncle. My baby uncle gave me my cool dog. How fucking dare
The
you?
world's smallest uncle. And Wei Wuxian, he wants nothing to do with the name dropping
It's like, would you
nonsense.
shut up?
He's like, Well...
That's not your clout.
Hong Won-jun gave me Lil Apple, so what the hell are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Super respectable dude giving me a super respectable donkey?
And then Jin Liang goes off on Lil Apple. He roasts Lil Apple. He's like, it's got a stupid name, and it's ugly, and I don't like it. And then...
But before that, I want to say that literally everyone calls Wei Wuxian out on this fucking lie.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh my god, you're
the hell you did, yeah.
And that's when Sishui cleared it up with Wei Wuxian, what had happened with Lil Apple.
Yeah, Lil Apple and Fairy just can't get along, basically.
Yeah, and then that's when Jin Liang, like, steps in to just start absolutely frying the shit out of this donkey for kind of a valid reason.
Kind of.
Other than the fact he's like, its name's so stupid. Who names their donkey Lil Apple? Dumb.
Stupid. Ugly. And then Jingyi, bless his heart.
He's so sweet. He's like, but wait, what if Hong Won-jun actually did give Wei Wuxian the Little Apple?
Well, he goes off on Jin Liang then, and he's like, well, what's wrong with naming it Little Apple? It likes to eat apples, so it's called Little Apple. How down to earth.
This is 10 times better than calling your fat dog
He
Fairy.
calls him fat.
He calls him fat. Oh, why would you do that?
And Jin Liang gets mad.
You're ignorant.
You're ignorant. Listen to what I'm saying. You're ignorant.
This fucking chick chilling off. Y'all,
please watch John Mulaney and the Sack Lunch Bunch on Netflix.
It's very fucking good. It's very good.
This is Wei Wuxian in the Sack Lunch Bunch. But yeah, he's
making
like, how is
music everywhere? Watch me blow right through this fog. Make so much noise, I'll wake the dog.
Jesus. So Jin Liang is about to scold Jingyi for calling his dog fat, and he's like in the middle of it when, here come the Stinky Boys.
No, I mean, they're in the middle of it, and then they all just shut up.
Yeah, they all shut up because everybody smells that. You know how it is. They hear something, they smell it.
No.
They talk about smelling it a little ways down.
They talk about smelling it a little ways down, but not before it's revealed that Lan Wangji has silenced all of them.
Oh, yeah. He hit mute.
This is the designated Lan Wangji bet moment of the chapter. They fucked around and found out, literally.
They sure did.
They kept arguing. He did warn them about the noise, and then he shut him up again. He was like, noise. And, like, Wei Wuxian got worried about it because, like, everybody shut up, like, in the middle of a sentence, and he's like, y'all still there? And they're like,
Yep. And Lan Wangji's over there with the remote from Click. Yeah. And they're all muted. And
I mean, I don't I don't blame you for forgetting about that because I read through this like 2 times before I was like, oh wait.
Oh yeah. And like I said, for whatever reason, even though this is just like, this is a chapter where there's a funny dog argument and then a little boy gets spat on, and it took me 2 months to read for whatever fucking reason because my brain died. But whatever. Anyway, next up. Wait. Minute.
Next up, fucking Wei Wuxian notices that they're all silenced first, and he's like, wow, I can't believe he didn't silence me. Like, for the first time ever, Wei Wuxian is not the most annoying person in the vicinity. So he's good. Then these things come out.
Yeah, these things come out.
They come out of the woodwork, or the fogwork, as it was.
It's some zombos.
And Wei Wuxian's like, okay, whatever, this fucking old hat, it's just another day at the office. And so he does a little whistle, because, it usually works, right? But
9 times out of 10.
69% of the time it works every time. But for some reason, that just makes him mad.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like it at all. Yeah. They say, shut the fuck up, we do a whistle. And they run at him.
They come at him like some Left 4 Dead shit.
Yeah, and he starts thinking, he's like, now hold on. And so he does his brain math. He gets his brain nice and wrinkly.
He's like, this hasn't ever happened before. But wait.
It did.
It has. And the last time it happened, he got ripped to shreds.
Yeah, ain't that about a bitch? So the last time this had happened was when the Stygian Tyga amulet still existed.
Yeah, it was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing. And basically he had already auto-programmed the zombies, so when he tried to tell them to do something else, they wouldn't listen. And that's like the only other time that something like this has happened. So
when they've been under the influence of the the Tyga.
Yeah, somebody hacked his zombies. He left his browser open and logged into his Face Seal account and started posting, "I'm Ealing Patriarch and I'm gay, lol." And then that's how we're here right now. And
that does not feel good. No. I can imagine that. I cannot imagine that feels great.
Doesn't feel good to get owned, now does it?
So
they there's just kind of a ruckus.
Shit. There's a ruckus and the kids are worrying.
A bunch of zombies are coming. There's waves of them.
Yeah, there's waves of zombies, and the fog's really thick. They can't fly out. They can't use the path. I'm just suggesting that they ride the wave of oncoming corpses out, just like right over it.
You gotta crowd surf in a situation like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Open up the fucking pit, dude. Yeah. What's the problem?
Open up the fucking funeral pit. Are you kidding?
Open up this fucking pit. So I just scared Baby Cat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's like right behind the laptop. She's rubbing on it. She wants to podcast once again.
She will podcast one of these days. Anyway,
and so
there's like a ruckus, and he's like, there's
a ruckus. Somebody's like, I think I heard somebody like breathing. It was weird, like weird breathing sounds. And he's like, what? And some other kid's like, no, the fuck you did. Corpses are dead.
Yeah, what's the first fucking thing you learn in Cultivator's training school? It's fucking that zombies are dead. Stupid. And
so Bi-Chen goes ahead.
Sweaty, they're dead.
They're dead. So Bi-Chen goes ahead and beheads one of these corpses, and
then there's a sploosh noise.
There's a weird sploosh noise, and the disciples scream like lethal children.
Yeah. And Jingyi says, like, "Ew, up? Gross."
Yeah, Jingyi's like, something clouded out on me. It's gross. It smells so bad.
Yucky.
It's icky.
And so Wei Wuxian is like trying to get everybody, like the boys, over, or like make his way to them
because he's pretty sure he knows what's going on.
Yeah, he just wants to like give him a once over. So he tries to get Lan Wangji to like shine his sword so they can like find their way to them. But this is where he realizes that Lan Wangji is not beside him. He's not carrying him through the sand either. It's whoever mystery cultivation power user Shadow Man is here.
Yeah, it's the mist ninja.
Yeah, the mist. Remember when there were ninjas in this show? Just all of a sudden,
I love it. And then just like fucking. This is the part of the entire situation that just scares the shit out of me for some reason. Oh god, just like trying to imagine like fumbling my way through this shit. Not even able to tell if the person next to me is my giant boyfriend or someone intent on killing me. Goodbye.
Yeah, and then and then getting close enough to get a look at this person, but their fucking face is like blurred out.
It's literally a nightmare.
It's fucked up.
Oh my god.
No.
And so like he tries to sneak for that Changkun pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But guess what? It was a trap, baby, because fucking
Ultimate Troll, Wei Wuxian.
Ultimate Troll, he's constantly
Mr.
2 steps
Jokes.
ahead. It makes me fucking sick. He is too good.
His brain is too big. Brain too big.
Yeah, so it ends up he was anticipating this because he knew that this grave robber was going to show up.
He's got genius
some point
disease.
Or another.
Yeah,
he's got genius disease. He gleaned at that, and I mean Lan Wangji had as well. But you know, he just did a little switcheroony.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not fucking around. I'm not letting my buddy get out of his bag because who knows what's going to happen."
Yeah, no, we're not about to do that.
So some spirit ghosts fly out of the bag that this guy cuts open on accident,
and the guy does go for it.
Yeah, he does go for it. He's like, "Bro, come the fuck on!" And he swipes him down because it turns out actually a pretty decent cultivator.
Yeah, he's pretty good with it. He's pretty powerful.
Yeah,
and Wei Wuxian's like, "Hey, that boy's back.
Hey, it's your boy. Yeah, hey, Lan Wangji, it's your boy. Come get your mans." So
Lan Wangji, of course, doesn't
come get
say
your
anything.
people. So
strong, silent type. Just responds with the blade.
Yeah, he's been practicing the blade. He sends they do swords.
It's not necessarily super ideal for Lan Wangji, but he still seems to be, if not kicking ass, then like at least holding his own because
he's definitely.
if you think about it, the conditions are definitely in the grave robber's favor, because the grave robber only has himself.
Oh, yeah.
And they have all of these little ducklings to watch over.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful in this mist, because
there's babies afoot.
Yeah, you could end up slicing a baby's ear off or something.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, but I mean, if Lan Wangji isn't taking names, he is kicking ass. So Wei Ying gets like an opportunity to kind of like hustle away, and he gets over to the boys, and he counts them. He takes attendance.
He counts them, and so he leaves Lan Wangji to it, and then later there's like he hears him fighting, and he's like, "Lan John, are you hurt?" And like, because there's like a noise that somebody makes. It says, "From afar there came a muffled grunt as if someone had received a critical injury." It clearly wasn't Lan Wangji's voice, though. I don't know why that's so funny to me. And Lan Wangji's like, "Of course not.
Why would I get hurt? Look at me."
Literally, this man is goddamn unstoppable.
He's Han Wongjun.
He's Han Wongjun. Like, this was basically just Wei Wuxian being like,
letting himself
buddy,
swoon.
"Hey, buddy, you still a fucking tank?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Are you
Cool,
still
carry
really
on."
big and hunky and powerful? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I know you are, baby.
Yeah,
All right, keep on
that's
keeping
my
on, I
man.
got you.
So Wei Wuxian, like, he counts the boys and he looks them over, because Jingyi wasn't the only one that got sneezed on by a zombie, but he's the only one that matters. So
there were a few of them.
But so he looks him over. Wei Wuxian looks him over, and he Dr. Wei Wuxian congratulates you on your diagnosis of corpse mesothelioma.
And Jin Liang, of course, is... How is this something to congratulate someone
He has no sense of humor.
Absolutely not.
He has never heard.
And he literally, every time he opens his mouth, it's basically just to be contrarian.
He's so awful.
He's terrible. And Wei Wuxian's like, it's just something, it's just a cool story to tell. It's going to be a great story to tell. It's just another life lesson.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. We all have our moment in our lives. There comes a time in every boy's life where he gets spat on by a zombo, and that's just how it is.
And I actually really like his perspective on this.
I know.
Because he's like...
It's a conversation starter, is what he says.
It's a conversation starter, but it's also like...
It ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing. It's a very... I don't know. It's a pretty good casual representation of the whole fucking philosophy of...
Yeah.
It is
and
what
it's just,
it is.
It reminds me of like... when they tell you that, like, the best thing to do if, like, a really little kid gets hurt is to, like, not make a big deal out of it. Mm-hmm. So he's like, don't worry about it. Because, like, as we find out, like, the next thing is, like, they as long as they don't move around a whole lot and, like, get their blood pumping a lot, it'll take longer for the corpse poisoning to get into their system and fuck them up.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for him to want to try to keep them calm, because, if they start panicking, it's going to go bump a whole lot, and that's going to fuck with them. So he's just being a good mom, dad, boy, friend.
He's just, I think Wei Wuxian's thing is, like, he's really good with people, and... following that, he's really good with kids.
Yeah.
He knows how to deal with people.
He's just good. He's just so good.
He's just good. And so one of the kids is like, "Your Master Mo Gongzi, will anything happen to them?" And this is when we get into another part which was pretty interesting to me, which it seems like their mythos for this whole shit aligns pretty closely with the Western mythology of zombies, except I feel like the chief difference in Eastern zombie undead mythology here, among many other differences, is that I guess they trust their society enough not to think it would immediately result in apocalypse if zombies and undead actually did exist. I just thought it was pretty funny, because, like, Wei Wuxian's like, it goes into the bloodstream from a bite or from being exposed to it, and then, you turn into a corpse. Yeah. And whether that's a fierce corpse or a regular corpse, it's just a toss of the dice.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, the other key difference that goes in with that is that, like, becoming a zombie under these specific... is, like... Well, first off, there's multiple things that can turn you into an undead.
Oh, yeah.
And under these circumstances, it's reversible. Whereas in, like, typical zombie shit that we see over here, you get bit by...
Except for in the Midnight Gospel. That's, like, the only example I can think of. And that was just a fucking joke. As a background to a conversation.
But yeah, so, like, yeah, and it's like, I think it's somewhere in here where it says something like, nobody made it a habit to carry elixirs that cured corpse poisoning. Like, nobody's gonna get sick. Fucking corpse, save me Lysol. So, but yeah, I mean, nobody has, like, you know, just the antidote, because it's just like, who fucking... I mean, if you're out hunting zombies, that's when you're, like, most likely to come into contact with them, but also if you're out there doing it, like, on the reg, like, you're probably practiced enough that you're generally not expected to need something like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're just, like...
It's, like, kind of an ego thing, but kind of a practical thing also.
Yeah, but it's, like, and zombies are, like, they're just, like, another thing to deal with. Like, there's a lot of talk in this novel about low-level corpses, quote-unquote, and they're just mooks. They're just the fucking putties, they're the Koopa Troopas, they're nothing, who cares?
They're what you grind
Who gives a shit, yeah.
They're what you grind to get to level up your team.
Yeah, they're the level 3 Pidgeys and Rattatas. We all know them.
They're just junk.
Yeah,
it's
they're just junk, yeah.
But, so, fucking, Wayward Sean's like, so, do you want the answers? And the kids are like, yeah! And Wayward Sean's like, do everything I say and you'll be fine. Because he's a great example. Because it's literally like, oh god, this paragraph is just good. We're just gonna have a little read of this paragraph.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it's good.
Go for it.
Although a lot of the boys still weren't familiar with him, seeing that he could intimately call Hongguang Jun by his birth name, as if they were from the same generation, that they stood in the middle of an ominously foggy, haunted city, and that they were both poisoned and feverish, they felt particularly anxious, instinctively wanting to depend on someone. And since anything that came out of Wei Wuxian's mouth somehow had a tone of confidence that eliminated all worries, they couldn't help but listen to his words, answering in unison, yes, like...
It's so good!
If Wei Wuxian were a worse person, he could totally be a cult leader.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And honestly, yeah, this is precious. Like, the kids are like, yeah, Mogongso, we're gonna do it.
He totally could be a cult leader, but he just wants to roll around in the dirt.
And take care of people.
Have a nice drink.
People. Yeah. And Wei Wuxian's like, all right, you're gonna do everything I tell you, though. Everything, you got it? The kids are like, yeah, Mogongso, we're gonna do it.
Oh, thank God you highlighted that. I wrote that down too.
And Wei Wuxian's like, we're gonna Princess Carry everybody who's poisoned. Okay.
Up. Yeah.
Everybody up. So let's
we're gonna
make sure you keep the head and heart above the body.
Yeah. Now listen up.
A princess carry's great, but if you gotta carry him like a sack of potatoes, just be careful.
Just do what you gotta do. And Jingy's like, but I can walk though.
I'm not an invalid.
And Wei Wuxian goes, brother.
Brother.
He starts the sentence with brother. And
like, what a weird distinction to me.
He never calls him that. But
never.
Like, I hear other people calling other people brother, but like, he just, this time he says brother. And I put Ray voice.
Brother. I say that all the fucking time. It's terrible.
Brother, if you jump around, jump up and get down, we gonna have a problem.
Don't. So, and he's like, yeah, just, I mean, because, and he could have been so much meaner about this, for real. I think maybe the brother thing was like...
Just, like, being on their level.
Yeah, either being on their level or, like, maybe it was a condescension thing. I guess we'll never know.
Somebody who speaks Chinese, please help, my family is dying.
Yeah, like, really. And he's like, so, you don't want to pump your blood any faster than is necessary. You're just going to keep it all cool. We're going to keep it chill. And we're going to keep you from walking around because the poison's going to spread that way. All right, honey.
We're not working. So,
we're not working.
So they have to go around and they have to go trick-or-treating. They have to like find somewhere to go be in so they can do a cure.
Yeah, Wei Wuxian's like, yeah, we're gonna go knock on some doors. And Qin Liang is literally just like, knock on the doors of what? Like, I think the purpose of this child opening his mouth is just to be contrary.
He's
like
so
95% of the time.
Nightmare boy. Nightmare baby boy.
He's a nightmare boy.
I mean, look at who's raising him. Every time I think about him being awful, I'm like, look at who's raising him.
And Wei Wuxian, like, it says he thought for a moment, but I'm just imagining him just, like, staring at him and being like, the fuck doors do you think? Like, I know he's had that attitude from me before in this chapter, but I think that's just a move. He's like, I'm sorry. Are you aware of anything else?
Listen, genios.
Other than a house?
Listen.
It doesn't have a door, Mr. Brain Genius.
Pay attention, Eisenstein. We're gonna go find a damn house to go be in.
We're not inventing the goddamn wheel here. We're finding somewhere to stay. But he didn't say it that way because he's a nice person and he wants to keep.
Because I'm a nice person.
I'm just like so nice. And Jin Liang's like, what? Why? But it's scary.
It's scary. I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. If it's scary, I'll hear imagine how scary it is in there.
I'm gonna call Choo-Choo.
I wanna call Choo-Choo. Plus, you gotta give me macaroni. They don't have any macaroni in there. I wanna go home and get some macaroni. And a little bit of butter. That's the only thing.
Is this where he, like, we get a line, I think it's in here about, yeah, it's right there. Lan Jingyi was the nicest, most obedient, and least worrisome. I can't believe the quality of this boy. I'm so impressed with this boy.
It's like, God, I really wonder who raised this kid.
What a good-ass boy.
Really cool. He must have had a great
excellent
set of parents.
What an excellent boy. I'm so proud of this boy.
This ideal boy. So,
and then
he has them do this. And then he has them make a baby chain.
Yes, they make a baby chain. Thank Goku.
They hold onto each other's sword scabbards. And they make a baby chain.
Baby chain.
They make a fucking baby chain.
Baby
it's so good. And so they go and they knock on doors. And there ain't nobody home. Nobody is home. This is a goddamn ghost town. And they're like, well, nobody's in this one, so let's go inside. And that's Jin Liang, of course, because he has no fucking home training.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian's like, oh, cool.
Think like a vampire, little boy.
Think like a vampire. Think like a conscious, ethical,
normal
human
person.
Fucking being. No, we're not just gonna barge in there just because there's nobody inside. Jin Liang's like, you actually want to find someone? Like, why would they be knocking on doors if they didn't want to find someone?
This child.
Whatever. And Wei Wuxian literally, like, in these couple of paragraphs, he just has nothing but shit to say to Jin Liang. He continuously gives this kid nothing but rightfully deserved shit. He's
nothing
like,
but the business.
Listen, you knock too hard, you're rude as fuck. Knock better next time. And Jin Liang gets so mad at this that he
you're rude.
Stomps on the ground.
I know, he throws a little hissy fit.
It's absolute fucking peak comedy.
Oh my god. When is it where they start arguing about money? Because that's extremely fucking good also. It might be the next page.
So, well, it's kind of at the bottom of this page as I'm seeing it. So they keep knocking on doors, and they got lucky number 13. Mm-hmm. The door kind of opens a sliver, and they're like, "Oh shit!" But they can't see anything behind the door, and the person isn't talking. And Lan Jingyi is like, because he's the nice one. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Hi, may I speak to the manager, please?"
In the nicest way possible.
And the person inside is like, "Yeah."
Here come Grandma.
And Wei Wuxian waltzes in, and he puts on the charm. He's like, "Hey, it's not just our first time passing through. This fog is crazy, right?
I'm taking these babies on a field trip, looking to see if we can get some souvenirs.
And we've just
accidentally got some corpse poisoning.
We got a little bit of corpse poisoning. We're super tired. Could we just come in for a little bit? Just
take a little breather. Yeah.
Rest our feet a little bit. Like, do you mind?" And
they doesn't somebody
like, oh, it's not a lady. It's just it's a weird voice.
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, this ain't for..."
Yeah. No, this
isn't the place for you. I don't know why.
This ain't the place for you, boy.
Fucking the slug lady from Monsters, Inc. suddenly. And Wei Wuxian's like, "I don't see anything weird here." And he just keeps going. He's like, "But there's nobody else around here, Like, could you... Please, could you do just this, little tiny favor? Like, we could pay you."
Yeah, he says he says that they can pay. Jin Liang says, "With what money, bitch?" And
honestly, that would have worked too if Jin Liang hadn't piped up. Because if I had one wish, it would be to to be able to bullshit
God.
and wheedle as well as Wei Wuxian does.
I know.
But like, Jin Liang's like, with what fucking money?
I'm not going to give you money. I know I have money, but I'm not going to give you it. And Wei Wuxian is like,
he constantly forgets who exactly Wei Wuxian has wrapped around his little finger now.
But Wei Wuxian pulls out his wallet, basically. He pulls out Lan Wangji's wallet and says, excuse you, look at this. It's called money and it's Han Guangjun's and we're going to use it. So, excuse you.
No, fucking, he's like, no, look at this money. And Lan Xishui's like, that's Han Guangjun, so you can't do that. And Wei Wuxian's like, watch me, boy.
The stolen clout valor.
Extremely.
Fake rich ass.
And so the slit opens up a little bit wider and they see it's a gray-haired lady.
Yep. She looks odd.
She's completely devoid of expression.
Yeah. She looks kind of middle-aged, they think, but she also looks like a real old lady at the same time, kind of, basically.
She's hunched.
Yeah, she's hunched over here, because here come Grandma.
And she seems like she's finally gonna let us in, and Jin Liang's like, oh my god, really? And Wei Wuxian's like, of fucking course, I had my fingers in the door.
What was she gonna do, slam the door on him? I don't think so.
She better not have broke my fingers. She would have had a lawsuit. Fantasy China lawsuit on her hands. Like, it's fucking Mormon energy. It's Mormon tactics.
Good lord.
It's like, excuse me, ma'am.
Jesus.
Have you heard the good news?
So they go inside, and it's real dark, and they're basically like, yo, can we turn the lights on? And,
the lady's like, do it yourself.
Yeah. She says, that's your business. And
that's your business.
Yeah. And so they turn the lights on, and there's just a bunch of eyes staring at them.
It's just a whole room full of
mess of eyes.
People.
Spooky.
Whole room full of people staring at them without a single blink. And, that's why nobody was answering their doors, okay? Obviously, they were in here having their weekly sensory deprivation town hall meeting.
Jesus Christ.
They're all wearing earplugs, too. We're going to find out in the next chapter.
They all have AirPods on.
They all have AirPods on, room's completely pitch black.
Spooky.
And they just go over town issues without, having the bias of knowing who is who and just getting to really feel each other's vibes.
Yeah. Just kind of really getting a feel for everybody's energy.
They were really actually about a couple minutes away from kicking out Sharon, who had gone in there expressly to complain about her husband, who she's in the process of divorcing again at the town hall, which is just like so inappropriate, But anyway, like, fuck Sharon, right?
Fuck Sharon. But yeah, next time, we're gonna do chapters 35 and 36.
We're figuring out what the fuck is gonna go on.
Yeah.
And 35 and 36 is the end of Grasses.
Nope.
No.
Grasses goes on for a bunch of...
Oh, that's true. This is longer.
Yeah, this is the... Yeah.
That's right.
But chapters 35 and 36, Grasses parts 3 and 4 next
Very
time.
nice.
And then after that, we're going to be just doing one chapter at a time for a good while.
Yeah, because they're huge.
Yeah, they're very big, and I will be goddamned if I'm going to make us sit here and read 10,000 words a week about Redacted. So, let's... Why don't we get into the Google Translate Essence Collection?
Let's get the fuck into it. My voice is feeling better, so I would be happy to do them.
Hell yes. So these are all from the same collection as last week, which, if you'll remember, is stuff that I found that was... they were from fics that were published about a year ago as of March 30th. So this first one... this one's from Chinese.
Yeah.
It's canon verse. So this is some shit where they're like... Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji are like trying to perfect their usage of the incense burner. If you know, you know. But then like some Inception bullshit happens, I think. I don't know. Don't worry, it isn't fucky. But yeah.
They went through the same first half of the night again. The night of the fight was not dangerous. Wei Wuxian saw that he was throwing one by one and blocked the demon's whereabouts. Lan Wangji condensed the lyre, flew up and raised his sword, and the two rabbits rose and fell, matching seamlessly. When Dust Avoid was about to stab the last blow, the whole dream suddenly shaken like an external force.
Dust Avoid.
Dust Avoid. I love to condense the liar.
I love to condense the liar.
Liar here is Lyre.
Yeah, not like funny Jim Carrey liar. My favorite thing is when Gucci gets translated into just whatever instrument. I say piano a lot.
Sure.
He's just carrying around an entire grand piano everywhere he goes.
He's got a fucking guitar, brother.
God.
Sorry, but Lan Jingyi with a guitar would whip.
Oh my God.
Please.
That's your business.
I want to see Lan Jingyi with one of those fucking, that toy saxophone that Jack Black played on the fucking, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Piano key necktie.
Hitting it, yes. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, God.
Let's move on to the
next one. Yeah.
second Essence collection.
So this one's also from Chinese. It's also Caniverse.
Okay.
This one's just a cute little, like, Wei Ying had a bad dweem and it made him quiet. So Lan Wangji's trying to just, give him a little,
I don't want anyone to see me like that tomorrow. They think I'm just hiding here. You will stay with me? Raising Wei Yin's chin with his finger, Lan Zhan leaned towards him and gently kissed each of his eyes. Job. Job. N. Oh. Job. What?
You know it's a good one. You know it's a good one when we aren't even talking about Wei In. Job. That's
Wei In.
The next time I just start screaming in my sleep, I need you to just pick me up by the chin and just go, "Hey, Roy, job."
Dude, she scared the shit out of me yesterday.
I have nightmares. I have really bad nightmares.
She has really bad nightmares, and she doesn't usually talk in her sleep that much. And when she does, it's mumbling. But now she's been on this medication because of her gallbladder melting procedure. And for some reason it makes her talk way more loudly, and two, way more coherently in her sleep. And also, I guess maybe it makes her dreams more vibrant, because there was one night when she straight up just screamed. It was
you told me about this.
It wasn't even full voice screaming. I don't think I did either, because it was it was kind of concerning, but also really funny, because it wasn't a full voice scream. She literally went, when you're trying to imitate a crowd cheering. That's what it sounded like.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. And then she's had a couple more instances where I've actually been able to make out what she's saying, but she talks in her sleep almost every night now. But the other morning actually was the first time that I've been able to understand her completely clearly, and it scared the shit out of me, because she suddenly burst out with, "I hate you. I fucking hate you sometimes. I hate you the most because," and then she just dropped off entirely.
Jesus Christ.
And then just started twitching a lot. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, I don't know what the point of that was.
I need everybody to know, in case you're concerned, I know what the dream was about. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I
was worried it was about me, and I asked her, and she gave me the answer. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you know, you know.
It was not about me, by the way.
Yeah. Just yeah.
Oh my God, it scared me. I was like,
Lord.
Puppy!
Puppy!
I almost wanted to wake you up, because I was like, that cannot be a pleasant dream, please.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but what are you gonna do?
Whatever. It's whatever.
It's whatever. But yeah, let's go to some questions.
Yeah,
we got some questions left over from last week. Yeah, if you got some questions, you can send them to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask, or via Twitter @cloudrecesspod. Just the one recess.
Just the one.
So we read the ones from Twitter last time. We're going to read the ones from Tumblr this time.
Tumblr. I read. Here we go. It's some Tumblr inboxes.
Do this.
Matrim Cawthon. Matri McCawthon? I'm sorry. If you are listening to this right now, can you just, like, the next time you send an ask in, like, please tell me how to pronounce your username, because I feel really bad every single time you send us in an ask, and I'm like, I'm very sorry. Anyway, they asked if swords weren't a thing, and every sect had their specific anime ridiculous style thing to fight with, what do you think their trademark weapons would be? I'm 100% asking because I've got the Nye sect confirmed as cheerleaders in my head since I saw the movie.
Christ.
Wow.
Gotta watch it.
I like the cheer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Fatal Journey, I think.
I think we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to watch Fatal Journey.
I think,
Let's
I mean,
stream it or something.
we'll do it. The Lans definitely, I mean, that's already established. They already have, like, music. That's their special fancy thing.
Yeah.
Music everywhere. I don't know who else.
The jeans would...
What's the most expensive thing you can fight with? Is it like a jet?
It's like...
It's like one of those, like, ridiculously overfunded military jets that don't work.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a fucking,
Hellworld.
They just come in with a fucking aircraft carrier full of these jets that absolutely don't work, that they definitely spent
entirely too much money on.
What is it? What are they like fucking, like, they, like $1 billion each or
they're
something?
like $56 billion, some stupid shit that doesn't
absolutely
matter.
Disgusting.
Hell country. What about the Jongs? I mean...
The Jongs, I want them to... Like, I feel like whips are really cool magical.
The thing is... Zidion didn't come from the Zhang side. That came from the Yu side.
Oh, you're right. The Zhangs, I really want them to fight with giant hammers.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that counts as like a cool anime ridiculous...
I love a big hammer. I really do love a big, huge war hammer.
I really like it.
Like a huge, cool hammer. They do live on the water. What if they had, like a water gun?
Oh my god. You know what?
It's just super soak 'em.
It's me in the pool in the summer with a fucking pool noodle saddle between my legs, just letting it rip. Letting it rip. That's
rip.
the gaze in battle. How about that?
God.
I like that.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Big fan of it.
Next one is worded is really good. So it's from Anonymous, and Anonymous asks, if you were a silent hidden ghost, what sounds would you use to sheepdog dumb teens in your city? Farts. 100%. Absolute, just farts. You hear it, and you can't tell where it's coming from. You can't tell who it's coming from. You can't see where it's coming from. But you hear it, and you smell it.
It's a good podcast. It's a good podcast for adults.
You're welcome. What about you, little dog? Oh, I would also use screams.
I was gonna say me screaming in my sleep is what I do. just
She was like under her breath. I was like, it sounded like she just couldn't fully commit to it, even.
Okay, behind the scenes, to part the kimono a little bit, as they say, that's literally exactly how I scream when I'm having like a really intense nightmare.
Honestly, me too.
It's like one of those situations where it's like I can't escape from something, and like I know I'm powerless against it. I'm just like.
It's just a silent scream. Yeah. No, I totally feel that. Because, like, for some reason, I mean, we've gotten so off track on this podcast so many times. Whatever. Listen.
Who cares? It's content. All content is content.
It's weird because recently has been the only time in recent memory that I can consistently remember even dreaming at night. Because usually I don't remember shit. It's just completely black and I wake up, it's like nothing happened.
It's them Rona dreams.
It's them Rona dreams, bro. Everybody's having crazy vivid dreams, and I'm just having, like, dreams.
Yep.
For the first time in a really long time. It's like, everybody's having this crazy, like, psychedelic shit and terrible vivid nightmares, and I'm out here having, like, normal dreams where I'm, like, walking through the same mall. So I don't know what that says about me.
Did you have an Animal Crossing dream?
Oh, God.
Or was that somebody that I wrote, somebody else on Twitter?
I think it was somebody else. I think that the dream that I remember most clearly was that dream that I told you about the other day, where Baby Cat had kittens, and they were like the cutest fucking things I'd ever seen.
Yes.
And like even in the dream, I saw the kittens, and they were so realistic, and I literally told myself in my head that that was the closest I would ever come to actually seeing Baby Cat as she would have looked like as a kitten. And I was like, I gotta remember this, and I do. Because it was so cute.
It's important.
There were like 7 of them.
It's important.
And 2 little black ones. Anyway, yeah, screams would be good. I think farts would be really good. I don't know why you're like hating on me when I'm just like, I'm trying to make content for the people. Anyway.
I would cry apologize.
Yeah. I mean, I stay cry apologizing about stupid shit.
Stay on my Instagram shit.
All right, so this one seems like it's going to be a little more for me because I would not say that I'm like, I've never read the books, but I watched the first season with my pals. Maria Leah, 10,000. Ooh, nice even number there. Very good, Maria Leah.
Lots of thousands.
They said, are you familiar with the His Dark Material series by Philip Pullman? If so, what demons would the MDZS cast have? And what would happen when Wei Wuxian is reborn into Mo Xuanyu's body? Same demon form from his first life or new form that matches Mo Xuanyu? Do you know anything about His Dark Materials?
I know there was a polar bear and that's it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead on this one if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Because I do have some opinions. First of all, oh my god, demons are basically like your animal companions that are like a reflection of your soul.
Okay.
And they have their own names and their own personalities and stuff, but they're connected to you. Everybody else can see them. Mm-hmm. They're like basically literally your soul.
Okay, so they're like your stand, but they're all animals.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And you know, if you die, your demon dies, and if your demon dies, your soul dies, basically, and then you usually die afterwards because you can't live without him. So, with that said, demon, aminals, they're just any kind of animal.
Okay.
They're any kind of animal.
All right.
So, I think, definitely. I think Wei Wuxian's would be something a little slippery, but also lovable.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
A clever kind of aminal.
Yeah, maybe like...
I definitely think that Lan Wangji's is like an ermine or something.
I can see that. I like that. Are you sure
they're... stoat.
A stoat. We sure they're not both bony?
That'd be cute.
They are...
Oh no, if they were both bony, that'd be cute.
I feel like my man Lan Wangji has got to be a big, huge white lop bony.
Yeah.
You know?
His demon's gotta be big, cute lob.
Really, really huge bony.
Very good. I love that. So yeah, they're definitely both bunnies. I think John Chung is like a fucking Doberman.
Yeah.
or something, you know? And I'm just like, I'm definitely biased from all of that art I've seen from that one person on Twitter. Do you all know who I'm talking about? Who draw like that? They draw that fine ass. Like, I'm saying this as a lesbian. Fine. John Chung with like, it's like the CQL version or whatever, and he's got like sleeve tattoos and he's got all these fucking dogs. Wow. That's some daddy shit.
It's
and
high
that's
quality
on my fictional
content.
that's on fictional God. Definitely like a Doberman or some other kind of like scary on the outside but goofy.
Yeah.
Privately.
I could see him having like a pity. People think pitties are scary, and they can be, but they're just friends.
I would say I really want to go with dogs for him, but I think demons, because straight up, I've only seen the first season of the series that came out. I have a bunch of friends who are like, not a bunch, but I have friends who have read the series and are super into it, and I gleaned most of my knowledge about the series from that and them. So I don't know too much. I'm not going to speak too much more about it, but I'm pretty sure they're like, demons are like small to mid-sized animals, right? So like dogs would be fine, right? Whatever.
There was a big old polar bear. That is the only thing I know.
He's not a demon.
He's not.
They're like their own like.
Oh,
race.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Bears?
I could be wrong. Please don't yell at me. Just literally the world's worst short-term memory. Anyway, second part of the question. What would happen when Wei Wuxian is reborn into Mo Xuanyu's body? I think that Mo Xuanyu's demon probably died with Mo Xuanyu.
It's a soul.
He went through it. It's a soul. He died. Like, the familiar is gone. So I think that when Wei Wuxian reincarnates into Mo Xuanyu, and something that I think could, like, be really interesting in fic, if anybody does, like, fic in this universe, a little AU moment would be his familiar that he had as Wei Wuxian returning in this body.
Ooh,
I think that would be kind of spicy. I'm just saying, I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that. What if? Ooh,
and what if same demon form from his first life or new form that matches Mo Xuanyu, which
I was going to say.
Concept, yeah.
What if his demon comes back and it's inwardly it's the same demon, but it's the same animal that Mo Xuanyu had. So let's say Mo Xuanyu had, like, I can see him having like a raccoon.
Oh my god.
Like a red panda maybe kind of moment. And Wei Ying had,
oh my god.
Had whatever, but
Mo Xuanyu had a bush, baby.
Oh my god.
It's like big bug-eyed, like, oh.
Bleeding emoji ass.
Fucking, who's it? Oh, Dom from Animal Crossing, that crying ass sheep. Dude, look at that sheep and tell me what personality type you think that sheep is. Out of the Animal Crossing personality types, you've got jock, peppy, cranky, smug.
Hold on, I'm looking him up. I'm doing the work here. Mr. Dom.
He's the crying sheep.
Oh my fucking god.
Look at him. What personality type do you think that sheep is, just looking at him? First impression.
Peppy.
He's a jock.
The fuck he is.
I know, right?
The hell he is.
We're fucking chunky. Not saying that chunky people cannot be fit. That is a lie told to you by media. This little fluffy, chunky, pink sheep with lesbian flag-colored horns and a tie-dye shirt is a jock. I refuse to believe it. I refuse. I'm not having it. I love him, though.
What circumstances?
Apparently, he's kind of an asshole.
Oh my god.
People are always trying to kick him out of their town, but I'm like, bring him to me. Fuck it.
The first suggestion for a search on Google image search is Raymond Human. I have to close this.
God.
Not on my podcast. Is there one more? I think there's one more question. God.
Go unlock it for me. I totally forgot. Sorry.
Alright. Last one. Oh, here we fucking go.
It's just so funny that people like...
It's just like so funny to me. I just think it's funny.
It's just like so funny to me. I just like... All I can see Raymond as, everybody sees him as this like early 20s cute little twink, and like he does have that personality. It's like, I'm gonna be a star one day, but all I can envision him as fucking, just because of his attire and his house. Y'all, Raymond Animal Crossing, the one everybody is like freaking out over, lives in an office. He lives in a fucking cubicle, literally an office cubicle with a printer and shit. Like, I'm not kidding. It's
Raymond's be printing.
Raymond's be printing. And I gave him a little kitty litter box. Hey,
you gotta poop,
I can't help but envision this dude as like, still twinky, of course, but he's in like his mid-30s, like a dead-end office job, just hates his life. And like, sure, he's still cute, but I don't understand the people who are making him all like tiny and twinky and young. I'm like, no, this dude's a fucking burnout.
Oh, mood?
Please. Me automatically locking the phone again before even like looking at it for the last question. Classic. And a final question. Our final question is from Anonymous. It is an off-topic question for the week. It says, but please rank the parents in MDZS from worst to best.
All of them are bad.
Wei Wuxian and Lan Jingyi are the only good parents in MDZS.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. There you go.
I'd arguably Jiggy's mom was...
She did what she could.
She did her best.
She did what she could under the circumstances she was under.
Yanli was a great mom for a year, a week,
a month.
Oh, God. She was a great mom to her 2 younger siblings. Because her parents were shit.
Here's the thing about Mengshi, though.
Yeah.
She did kind of... No, that's Jiggas' fault. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put her on blast for
something that you could blame Jiggas for, because it's likely his fault.
Fuck Jiggas.
Fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude.
I see him in real life, I'm giving him a swirly. It's on sight.
Yeah, I will say
that's my enemy.
Yeah, he can just get out of here.
I'm trying to cut toxic people out of my life.
I'm literally just trying to, like, do what's best for me in my life. I'm trying to cut toxic people out of my life, and, like, you didn't give me a $1,000 wedding gift for my wedding. So, like, I just think you're really toxic. And, like, you didn't tell me. You didn't respond when I asked you if I looked fat in that dress. And, like, so I just think that's really toxic. And so I think I just need to, like, take a step away for a while and, like, really evaluate this friendship and, like, see where it's going. Because, like, I just don't feel appreciated right now. I have to stop. I can't stop. It's like a fucking compulsion. When I start, it just fucking rolls out.
I love it so much. You have no idea.
It's my only talent.
It's Ray, listen to me. It's the funniest shit in the world to me.
Do you think if I went on TikTok and did just like 30 seconds of that, I'd go viral?
Probably.
I really hope so.
God.
Oh, God.
Just, yeah. So those are our questions this week. All of the parents are bad.
All of the parents are bad. There's no ranking them. There's ranking them from worst to
least bad.
Worst.
Yeah.
Most worst to
least worst.
Worstest.
Most worst to least bad.
Most worstest to least baddest. There it is.
And that's, I mean, you know, we could get into, you know, the nitty gritty of it and really start splitting hairs about like, oh, well, this parent wasn't ever actually seen on screen, but we can infer from the impact that who fucking cares?
And
they're not there.
And I'm sure y'all have all already read all of the I almost said Hotbrain Big Take.
Hotbrain Big Take.
Hotbrain Big Takes. That's what they call me.
They're calling me Hotbrain Big Takes.
Wait, no. Pause the podcast. That's my new... I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking.
Doesn't matter.
Fuck. Okay. And I know that all of y'all have already seen, like, the hot takes, the big brain hot takes on Twitter, the threads, all of the meta threads about, you know, the fact that all of the parents in MDZS are blatantly abusive and you just need to, like, actually read the book and use your reading comprehension to realize that, but, you know, hits the dab, whatever.
Hits the dab. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Me reading something?
Me reading something on my podcast where I read something? Ha!
Doubt it.
Doubt it. So let's
I've never read a goddamn thing in my life.
I don't know a goddamn thing, my guy.
Not at all. Anyway.
You want to go into some housekeeping?
Yeah, let's keep some house.
Let's clean this shit up. Because we didn't do it last time. We just did the abridged version, but we're finishing the episode out this week, so...
If y'all don't know...
Hey, Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
Patreon.com/podrecesses, where for $1 a month you can be a disciple of the show and get access to all of our Patreon exclusive bonus content, including She's Gonna Get iPad, which we should record another episode of at some point.
Yeah, we should.
Plus a special role in our Discord. For $5 a month you can be a sec leader of the show and get all that plus a more special role in our Discord channel and a thank you shout out on the show. And you can send us a little message for us to read. And for $10 a month, you can be a chief cultivator of the Pod Recesses world and get all of that and an even more special role in our Discord, and you can send us requests for things to stream or read during our live readings.
It would be great. And, you know, any of these tiers is directly supporting us.
Hell yeah. In these times...
In these times,
and in this economy.
I do understand that in these times and in this economy, y'all have to know that this is not any kind of obligation.
Oh, yeah.
It's not any kind of call to arms. It's just something that if you would like to do it, if you would like to throw some treats into our mouth
if you
month,
have a treat to throw into our mouths and you would like to do it.
Yeah, if you happen to have a treat or if you happen to have a treat or 5 treats,
or 10
even
treats.
10 treats. That's a lot of treats. Honestly, that's a lot of treats. That buys us a lot of rice and beans.
That's a lot of rice and beans, my
It
man.
buys us a lot of rice and beans. It buys Roy as many raspberries as she could possibly eat. And you know she's a bunny, so she loves some raspberries.
Roy's be eating some fucking raspberries.
Roy's be eating some raspberries.
But yes, so shout out to our $5 sec leaders, Sarah McClintock, Lenny Williams, Carrie, Lena, and Rachel Wakefield Druhan. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank all of you. I'm always so happy and like flabbergasted to see that list grow.
Right?
You guys are awesome.
And thank you to our $10 chief cultivators of the show, Scout Shiro and Colin Arnold. Thank you so fucking much, always.
The day ones.
The crowd goes wild. And thank you also to Noisepace.xyz for being our podcast network. Thank you, Sec Leader Matt. Check it out. You can go there and find other very good podcasts. You can find Jergin It. You can find Fearbaiting. You can find...
City Girls Make Do.
Absolutely. You can find Elite Full Restore. You can find Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. You can find all kinds of good stuff. Just check it out.
It's some good stuff.
You know? Once again, I'm Roy. I'm on Twitter at SemperFunny and also at Yeeling Hypebeast if all you want to see is the Modow stuff.
And I'm Fallon. I'm on Twitter at America's Burden. Hit me up.
Hit me up. You can find Pod Recesses, the us, at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com and on twitter.com/cloudrecess, just the one pod. We're on all the podcast apps and websites and stuff. Give us some subscriptions. Give us some comments. Give us some rates. Like that shit.
Engagement.
Entergagement. You can also join our Discord. Link, as always, is in the description.
Please be 18 plus.
Please be 18 plus. And you know what we say at the end of every episode, Ray?
What do we say, little Roy?
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny, y'all.
You are all my nephews now.
We were all our nephews. Bye.
There is music here, music there, music everywhere. Use your ear, be aware, you're making music everywhere. When you tap a pen on a paperback book, not too loud, but you get the point. Toss a dress shirt in a laundry sack. Subtle sound, let me find something else.
I have a clarinet.
What?
How about my clarinet?
I don't need instruments. Listen when I say what songs are about. I'm making music. You're ignorant. I'm making music.